First of all, I apologize because we are a little late today, too. A few minutes. Oh, that's right. We are not late. Okay. Anyway, Gianni is still working, so I will not talk with him for a few minutes. Yesterday we've had, I will tell you why we are a bit in a hurry today. We have had big problems with the scoring programs. We are using two programs, the GP program and the CU programs. There were big problems. It came out that the GP program was suffering a failure of their servers back at home, and so that's why it wasn't really working out all the flights. But anyway, the results that we calculated manually inputting all the corrections into CU were correct all the way. There were essentially no mistakes as far as it seems today. And so this is the briefing for day 2. I know we don't have for the moment a screen view. I'm sorry, but the PC is busy for. It is not. Welcome. Please turn off your phones. And second page, thank you, page 2. We thank you very much for having respected, having cooperated with the rule about parking your glider. The club members are happy. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Now there are two actors over there.
I know.
I'm sure there is not even one of the actors is one of the directors.
Maybe they are both, both mine. No, that's right.
It's very dense over there. Very
Okay.
dense.
Okay.
And you know, we just moved the gliders in order to permit someone else to enter or to exit.
I see.
With a heavy glider,
I think today, after your takeoff, we will have time to move both gliders, okay? Thank you. It's fine. You know, there is also another competition going on at the same moment. It's the Cross Italy with the silent, small, ultralight sailplanes. Very briefly, yesterday the 3 silent gliders have completed 2 tasks. The first was starting Varese, landing in Cremona, and the race was won by Ricky Brigliadori at 92 kilometers per hour. And they used very little electric power. They landed in Cremona and they still had a lot of electric power available. The second task with fresh batteries was from Cremona to Pavullo up in the Apennines. And the winner was Victor Sierra Stefano Ghiorzo. We don't know the average speed for that, but these 2 tasks were happily completed. And now it's bad weather in Pavullo. They will only do some test for the air display, which is programmed for tomorrow. On Wednesday, they will start again on task. Next page, please. What is it? Okay. Is there any comment you want to do now, or maybe you want to talk with me separately about? We really care about your feedback about yesterday's flight.
So one question.
Yeah.
Is allowed communication between the pilots?
It's a very good question. And
Why not?
I will read again the rules. If I remember correctly, there was no mention of that, and so why not? Yes, essentially, why not?
As long as you're using the frequency, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not allowed to go.
So for safety reason, you must
The
communicate each other.
the frequency is compulsory. In theory, your radio should only have 2 crystals, 12845 and 1323375. So yes, I think it is not prohibited to exchange opinions during flight. If you want to be fair, you do it in English and everybody understands. Any other comment? Are you ready to show the results, Gianni? Is it possible? Thank you very much. These are the results of yesterday. Well, of course, not really easy to read. The winner was Giorgio Galetto. We already celebrated his great result yesterday with a grapple. And then Bostian Pristavec and Alberto Sironi, followed by Luciano Avanzini, Peter Hartmann with a tie with Russell Cheatham, Mike Young, Ugo Pavesi, Pino Del Grande, and then there is a lot of people at position number 10, because that's how the system is made, with 0 points. Saurin, Getfield, Baumgartner, Pigni, Znidarcic, Ludon, Gostner, Villa, Alberto Testa, Sergi Pujol, and Raffaelli. Yeah, a question.
My warning.
What is the warning?
True warnings
No?
or
No.
Maybe because I turned after the finish
No.
line because
No, it's just Gianni found a beautiful but tricky fix for the CU scoring system to work. Otherwise, you would have been assigned a start line at midnight. So, you know, that's how the program was working. He just finished reworking the ranking, and he assigned the penalties manually, as you can see. We have also corrected the big difference with the penalty with John Getfield. It's now 300 seconds, as by the rules. Unfortunately for him, he's in the 0-point region anyway. I'm very sorry. If you want privately, we can explain how we came to those penalties, what was the math behind it, the calculations behind it. Not now, it's too long. I can tell you we review it many times. And of course, you can also read it in the rules. Just read it, it's all written there. We applied the rules, we think, with no mistakes, I suppose.
at
Gianni?
the moment, but just for today, the unofficial results are on Sony Spot page. Tomorrow, I hope everything will be fixed on the SGP page, so you will be able to see your final and official result of today, and also the previous result of tomorrow on SGP. You will also, I suppose, find some little differences from this morning till tonight, as I already explained you. SGP's system just work on QA-FICO of 243. CU works on a QNH of 1011. That means that you can also find 1-2 meter differences on your penalties, one more, one less. But we already made a calculation that even if I stretch to the limit your penalties, the result will not change. That means your final ranking will be like that, maybe few points more, few points less of penalty, but nothing changes. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I've been working till 3 o'clock this morning, and I hope you will enjoy tomorrow your final results.
Thank you, Gianni. Siamo pronti a chiamare in stampa i temi? Giusto per curiosità. Quindi qualcuno là li può ritirare. Sì. Everyone is a winner yesterday. Where, as you leave, you can take one one bar of chocolate from kindly given by our sponsor Lindt chocolate, which is probably the best. So everyone can take one. Dimmi, Gustavo. That was yesterday. Today will be different. Yesterday, wind was forecasted for the evening, and in fact it came quite strong, but much later than we expected. So the very high finish altitude was for your safety and for our management of the landings, together with club gliders. I will come to that later. Dopo, hai capito tutto o te lo dico in italiano? La ragione era il vento che ci aspettavamo, che è arrivato più tardi, e inoltre il fatto che c'erano decine di alianti del club in volo. Oggi è diverso e il finish sarà ad un'altezza diversa. Grazie Gianni. Altitude limits. The general maximum absolute altitude in the competition area for you is 3,500 meters, sea level. That is 11,000 something feet. And a penalty applies only to that altitude up to 100 meter infringement. The penalties for infringing all the other airspace limits, whether horizontal or vertical, have no penalty, but the outlanding at the point of entry, okay? So the only tolerance is over this limit. All the other limits, no tolerance. QNH today is set at 1018. Airspace violations. We had only one, Gianni, or more than one? Only one airspace infringement yesterday in the finishing phase. One of the gliders, one of the pilots, flew into the TMA of Milano, probably for a few meters, I think, a very small,
2 meters.
2 meters into the airspace. And by the way, he would have been ranked 0 points anyway, so I'm very happy this did not produce any sporting change to the results. But beware, today you will have the same reporting point in Gavirate, and from there to the finish line you must be careful not to enter the airspace. It is true that we will not penalize entering TMA during takeoff. If the tow plane brings you there, no problem, it's not your fault. But when you come back,
and also during the downwind.
and also during the downwind. Although that would be after the finish line, but we shouldn't accept that, of course. So please beware, as you come from Gavirate, there is a very, very nearby prohibited airspace. Somebody yesterday took it by just 2 meters, but I cannot close my eyes on that, okay? Turn on your loggers 2 minutes before takeoff, and QNH 1018, and this is the correct address for sending your files. And we have set up a mail client in the Clubhouse PC with instructions. You just click on a link on the desktop and already a new message to this address will pop up. And you just attach your file, which you will have saved in the desktop folder we have created and we suggest you use. Capito Gustavo, c'è un programma di posta apposito, abbiamo fissato anche la password, there's no password required anymore, okay? And that was a mistake.
Just please do not renominate. Please do not renominate your files.
No,
Otherwise, the system will not accept it.
that's right.
At least, just for a technical reason, when you renominate your file, a security check is validated. That means the system not only does not recognize your file, but when I say this file is yours, it says, unfortunately, I cannot accept it because it's unvalidated.
Do not change the name, do not rename your file after you have downloaded it. Just send it as it is. And there's no need to write anything in the email or in the object. The program will find the correct file, assign it to your folder. Radio communications, nothing new, just please remember to announce your arrival, more or less 10 kilometers away or whatever. You can tell us we are at Gavirate, etc., with your call sign. And then absolutely, please change to 128450 for landing here in Varese. Yeah?
I just found here in the rules of Sailplane Grand Prix,
Tell me.
there is paragraph 5.3,
Yeah.
and this is external aid to competitors. The following limitations are imposed so that the Sailplane Grand Prix shall, as far as possible, be directly between the individual competitors, neither controlled nor helped by external aid. And then is next slide 3.1, radio transmitters and transceivers. Radios are for voice transmissions between team members and between them and the organizers only.
Okay.
Any other
I will
data
repeat.
transmission between competitors or between them and the ground is prohibited except as required by the organizers or for safety purpose or for anti-collision warning.
Thank you, Luca. I can say it again so the microphone also hears it. By Luca Znidarcic carefully read the rules, and the rules require that you use your radios during flight only for safety reasons. No? Only for
no external aid.
no external aid,
External.
no external aid, and voice communications are only for
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear it, but he wrote it. He read it. He just.
Between pilots and the competition.
Yeah.
It's not allowed. It's clearly.
He just read it, and this is briefing. Okay, so it's not accepted. Hmm?
So
If you want,
20 pilots in the competition
yes,
can talk to each other.
yeah.
Somebody on the ground cannot talk.
Yeah.
to the 20
No external aid, of
The 20
course.
competitors cannot take a Wi-Fi of meteorology.
That's
only
right.
Voice, but we can talk to each other.
You can talk to each other about what you like. That's not exactly what he said. There are two paragraphs.
The second paragraph.
The second paragraph.
Other Grand Prix before, we were not allowed to win. So
But those rules, if you read that again,
Okay, so let's stop this discussion now. Okay, thank you. I will check it personally. I will read the last edition of the rules, and I will report to everybody about it. Okay, thank you very much. Next page. Sì.
Can we say, for instance, be careful, there's a
for
5
safe-
meters.
Be careful. That's a safety. That's for safety. Be careful. It's a very dangerous thermal, very strong. You might end up at 4,000 meters. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Bravo, Ugo. Mi sei piaciuto. Enough fun. Today's start altitude is set as 1,300 meters above sea level, maximum speed. Oh, that's where yesterday many pilots made a mistake, and so they got a heavy penalty.
No.
Okay? Many. Not many? Okay.
No.
And today's finish altitude is 400 meters. L'altezza finale oggi è questa. And we have no minimum altitude set on Gavirate. No minimum altitude. Okay. With 400 meters, you will land direction 10, as usual, the usual direction, and we strongly suggest today a right-hand circuit. That means you will come above the airfield for a finish at about 160 meters ground altitude, ground elevation, and then you have just enough altitude to make a right turn, quite tight in order not to infringe the airspace if possible, thank you, and go directly to downwind and land. The only drawback of this procedure, and we didn't figure out anything better, so for today this is valid. If you have impressions or comments, you will tell me later. Okay, thanks. That means that after crossing the finish line 10 and turning right, you will have to do a base leg, which is crossing potentially the arrival of somebody else. But given the difference in altitude, we must suppose you will be at least 100 meters lower than the arriving traffic. So if somebody is coming quite low and cannot make it at 400 meters and wants to do a straight-in landing, and he has a 5-minute penalty for this, just please be careful and talk on the radio. Let us know you are coming in for a direct landing, which will take 5 minutes penalty, and that's all. Okay? Thank you very much.
Well, in my opinion, if I may, it's just entering downwind with 150 meters, which is quite low. So I will probably arrive higher.
Yeah.
So I will interfere with the arrivals.
I understand. Another opinion? Would you like it higher? Higher? Lower. Higher? Lower.
Underground.
I would say, what if I give 500? Anybody don't like it? Okay. We stand corrected. The tasks are already printed. We will. No?
No, because
If they
I
are
knew
not.
it.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. That was really welcome. So 500 meters, 500 metri oggi, ok? 500 metri. 500 metri 1, 502, 503, 500 meters. Ok. Puoi passarmi alla prossima pagina intanto?
Non ce n'è più di pagina.
Ah, ok. I think briefing is over for me. First launch 12:30. First launch 12:30. Today we have more space on the grid. There are almost no club gliders wishing to fly, so we have a lot of room on the runway, and then we will compact all the gliders towards the threshold. That's all. The tasks are probably not printed yet, I suppose. Huh? Oh, sorry, I always forget about it. I'm sorry, Francesco. That's the meteo briefing. I just like to have the microphone for myself. I'm sorry. Grazie Francesco, scusaci.
No problem. I take my hand. Good morning. This is the weather situation for today. Just have okay, that's better. So high pressure tend to be quite near Italy, especially in the north of Italy, and the cold air at a high level tends to move from southeast. This is the image satellite at synoptic scale with clouds with the cold air move from southeast, some clouds at low layer interest the north of Italy. This is a focus over the Italy. No instability at the moment, only here. And the north of Italy, some low clouds, stratocumulus clouds or cumulus, and that are the ingredients for the future instability in the afternoon, especially in these areas, Penninian part and pre-Alps of the Central East Alpine area. Why two? I don't know. This is the forecast of instability, light instability, in the late morning and early afternoon. Then, in the first part of the afternoon, light to moderate instability in these areas. Shower rain. But I don't think so much. This is the wind forecast at low layer. It's variable from 5 to 10 knots in all these areas. The next step over. The same, very light winds, and above around 3,000 meters from west northwest around 15 knots. Okay. And what about thermal condition and instability? Very good thermal condition, start around 9 to 10 Zulu, so 11, 12 local time, with at initial condition of scattered to broken cumulus clouds with base around 1,300 meters or just above. But 2 hours later, the cumulus clouds tend to be less, so scattered or few, and the base tend to be much higher, and then so on during the afternoon. Now have a look here, calcinate. Calcinate stratocumulus cloud in the morning, cumulus, and probably in the evening tower cumulus, but not so much, not only spell, very, very isolated. So no significant weather. And what about the winds? The forecast during the morning 3, 4, 5 knots around southeast, and then in the afternoon from southwest just a little bit more, but not. The initial condition here near the Milano Malpensa airport, the winds from south, 3 knots, and good visibility, broken clouds around 2,500 of feet. And the forecast, no significant weather. This is the model forecast for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So this is the clouds of today, tomorrow very good, and Wednesday some clouds, but only during the evening. I confirmed yesterday forecast with the probability of shower rain and thunderstorm in the evening night on Wednesday and the first part of Tuesday. But in the afternoon of Tuesday became good, quite good condition with sunny. And then Friday and Saturday, I think in good condition weather. Okay, any question? Today around 2,000 of meters today. Yes, 2,000. Quite low for the season. And tomorrow tend to be higher, around 3,000 of meters.
Thank you, Captain. So if Gianni comes back to his seat, we can show you the task. Based on the meteo informations we have received, we are setting a task which isn't short at all. It's 300 and 398 kilometers. You will fly into the higher mountains. That's where the forecast says you will find very high ceilings and very good thermals. No. Are you sure? Is that Malay? Okay, yeah. The task is start here, essentially here on Varese, and we have a limit of 1,300 meters on the task. First turning point in Brunate, so that I remove the alternatives about flying north of Lugano or whatever. And then you go straight to Malé, which will probably guide you like this, following the lake and then in, but not necessarily. You might also find a good alignment of clouds here. Malé is a nice turning point, probably how many kilometers after Tonale? More east than Tonale? 30 kilometers? Less? 25 kilometers after Tonale Pass, which is more or less here. So you will have a pass here in Aprica, where you need to have at least, let's say, 1,800 meters to pass the 2,000 minimum. Yeah? Matter. You must be high. Okay. And how high is the tonale? How high do you?
850.
Okay. The past tonale is 1,850, so you want to be much higher than that. But the forecast here is for more than 3,000. Okay. From the pass to Malé, the turning point, more or less, there are no other landing alternatives. But yeah, there is a landing strip over the pass at 1,900 meters. Yes, and then you will go to Centovalli. Yes, land in Malé, and then it's just straight to Gavirate for the finish in Varese. Outlandings are available on the file we have provided beside the turn point file. And this is quite a usual task for us in Varese. I think it's quite an easy task for today. I think. Non m'allargare. Ugo. Yes.
Is there any specific wind forecast for this area? Or is it valid what you said, that is a very weak wind, nothing comparable to yesterday wind?
Yes.
Any questions about the task? The finish line is at 500 meters. Gustavo?
Una domanda.
Sì.
La meteo dava tutta la zona est con probabilità di temporale. Pensavo che ci mandava a ovest.
Prealpi.
The showers were forecasted in this region.
South.
And this is definitely a very good day, and as far as we can see, we could have sent you to Austria, for example, today, it seems. It seems it will be very good. It seems it will be very good. Today, the weighing operations will take place on the tarmac runway. That's because there were many cars parked in yesterday's place, and our mechanic had to on the runway. The weighing check will be on the runway today. Okay? Is there anything else I should say? What did I forget this time?
Oh, about weighing and grading, of course, because it will be on the runway. If the first line, that is number 3 today, arrive first of the scale, will block all the grading back. So it's up to you to be kind with anybody. It's up to you to be kind with anybody. That's right.
No.
It's kind to anybody to leave space enough to move cars and gliders till the back of the grid.
Please allow everyone to be able to move around. Okay, briefing is over. You have chocolate and tasks. Chocolate and tasks. Thank you. Ciao.
No, prima cioccolato, poi guarda mi prendi. Ti ho lasciato la tua canna.
Allora, non vi posso dire dove mettere la griglia, non vi posso dire di non parcheggiare sulle bilance.
Gianni non fare così.